Hello and welcome to episode 75 of Doug's Movie Corner, Doug's Movie Corner Pod, or Doug's Movie Corner Podcast. If you're new, this is a quick little recap of what I watched in a week, if that's TV, limited series, movies, whatever. If you're not new, welcome back. Thanks for either hanging in there for multiple episodes, if this is, you just listened to one and you're coming back for more, whatever the case may be. This is just something quick for your listening ears. If you're looking for something more chonky, a little more conversation based, check out the Movie Bros, which this is kind of a companion podcast too. And I believe the last episode, which was a year in review of last year, and the episode before that was on Christmas. Or no, it looks like it was the 23rd. So it's been a bit of time since I've released a normal episode. So this might be a little bit of a longer one because there's a good amount of movies to talk about, because I believe the last thing that was referenced was 10 Things I Hate About You and Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. So, since then, there's been quite a number of movies. And yes, if I sound a little funky, I've been kind of fighting a cold for the last couple of days. That's another reason why I didn't have the video going for this one, because I don't want you guys to see me all looking sick. But I digress. Let's dive into it. So, I'm starting this episode by talking about White Christmas. This is from 1954. This is like one of the OG classic Christmas movies. Personally speaking, we watch this every Christmas Eve as a family. Have for as long as I can remember. It's lots of fun. It's very wholesome. If you haven't seen it, check it out. From there, Honey Don't, 2025 release from Ethan Coen. Not great. The plot was all over the place. I could see how the characters could have done fun things, but just the story really wasn't there. Jay Kelly from 2025. This was actually really good. This is from Noah Baumbach. Never know how to say his last name. You might recognize him from Marriage Story or Frances Ha or White Noise, Squid and the Whale, While We Were Young, Kicking and Screaming. He's done quite a number of things. He was the partner to Greta Gerwig for a long time, and she's even in this as a small, side character, so they still work together. But the story of George Clooney playing a guy named Jay Kelly, who is kind of just George Clooney in another life, with his manager Adam Sandler and his publisher Laura Dern, and his childhood friend that pops back up, Billy Crudup. All of them, I think, really give great performances. I think the third act really hits it for me. Very solid 4 out of 5, I'd say. From there, The Roses, which was also a 2025 release. This is the modernization of War of the Roses, which I believe is a modernization of a Shakespeare play. I honestly can't remember, but this is the main people you'd recognize is Olivia Colman, Benedict Cumberbatch, Andy Samberg's got a role, Kate McKinnon's got a role. It's fun. It is deliciously aggressive towards each other because it's about a couple slowly going through divorce. It's lots of fun. It's a Disney Plus watch, if I remember right. From there, Emily and I had started Star Wars Episode 2 Attack of the Clones months and months ago, and just kind of got about halfway through and forgot about it. And then I think this was New Year's Eve. Yep, this was New Year's Eve. We had gotten back from a scuba dive in the evening, and we were just kind of waiting around until it got to midnight. Say we were up until midnight and could watch the fireworks. Even though in Seattle it was so foggy that no one could really see the fireworks. So we finished the second half of it. The music's wonderful. Padme's a babe. Anakin's kind of a whiny bitch. I think it gives a lot. I think this one specifically gets a lot of hate, which I don't know if it deserves. It's better than I think most people think it is, but it's not as good as the other one. So 3 out of 5. Marty Supreme. I watched on New Year's Day. If you like Good Time, or if you like, especially like Uncut Gems, where the Safdie brothers said split, you can see that Josh Safdie is kind of responsible for the stressful kind of movie making. whereas his brother Benny, I think, goes a little more wholesome. Either way, um, I think technically it's great. I think the acting performances are good. However, the story makes it so because no one is very likable. Uh, Afterwards, I don't feel I don't feel good enough to like watch it again, kind of thing. Uh, Ping pong parts were cool, so I give it a 4.5 out of 5. But it, at least for me personally, it doesn't have a lot of rewatchability. And then Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1. Again, we are almost done with the Harry Potter series, me and Emily, after having started this, I feel like 2 months ago, because A, there's so many of them, they're so long, and life happened and we just got busy. But uh, this one is mostly just setting up the ending, which, I mean, you do need that to have the ending be the ending. But I don't know. All the stuff, anything with uh, Jenny, I don't know. She's such a bland character. The whole love interest there, I could not care less about. So I like that at least Harry, Hermione, and Ron go off on their own. If you set these ones next to the original, like first three movies, like the vibes of just, oh, these aren't little kids anymore, really shines through. On the 2nd of January, I watched Upgrade. This is a 2018 release. This is something we're doing for the Movie Bros, so I don't want to talk too much about it. It's got some cool fight scenes and choreography. I think some of the story's not great, uh, but that's okay. I would say it's right in the middle, like a three-star movie, which is not a bad movie. It's not a great movie, but I watched Oh Hi, O like OH comma HI exclamation point. This is a 2025 watch. It's 95 minutes. It's quick. It's fun. It is perfectly topical for dating in this era. I think Molly Gordon, who I don't think I've seen anything else from her. She was in Shiva Baby, Am I Okay, Theater Camp, Good Boys. She's a new actress, but then Logan Learman, most people would recognize him from something. Percy Jackson, or uh, he's done a fair amount of things, regardless of how old he is. But they're the leads, and it's them working through some relationship stuff. I don't want to say too much more, but uh, yeah, I had a lot of fun with it. I would call that a very solid 4 to 5. And last movie that I watched for this episode week, whatever you want to call it, because these are all kind of flowing together, was Primer. This has been on my watch list for a long time. A friend recommended it to me. It is only 77 minutes. It is a dense 77 minutes. It is time travel. It is really heady. It's really good. It is shot on like a real shit camcorder in 2004. The director has done basically nothing else. The leads really have not done a whole lot. Like, this is kind of a off in its own nowhere spot movie, but a movie you really have to think about. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I gave it a 4 to 5. I need to like read about it. I need to look at diagrams and how like the timing inside the movie worked, and then maybe watch it again to make more and more sense. Uh, so yeah, that is what I watched in the last, like, I don't know, week and a half, 2 weeks since I last recorded one of these. Uh, Hope everyone had a good holiday, Christmas wise. Hope everyone had a good holiday, New Year's wise. And since a couple of days ago, what was that, like 3 or 4 days ago, I posted that New Year's episode of kind of all of last year in review. You kind of have my thoughts on all of last year. But for 2026, yeah, I'm looking forward to more new to me movies. So looking at my letterboxed stats, excuse me, uh, I can see how many movies I watched that were new to me and ones that are just repeat watches. And I was pretty good this year, but I think I can do better. And I'm looking forward to a lot of. I think 2026 is going to be a good year for movies. There's lots of interesting stuff coming out later in the year. That's the problem with like January, February time. There's not a whole lot coming out in general. So we'll kind of have to see what I end up watching in the next month or two, if not just repeats of other things, or if I only find things on streaming, because I like going to a movie, but we'll see. With that, folks, thanks for listening and not watching, at least this week. We'll see how I feel next week. I'm still feeling pretty gross. My voice is all scratchy, if you can tell. But, of the Doug's Movie Corner, this has been episode 75, and I will talk to and or with you all next week.